that makes Will Barton so good is that he fits right in among any group of players.
And I like the pace he plays with, guys. He doesn't seem to force the issue. He lets the game come to him, and when he has opportunities to explode, he usually does. He's always moving. He's active at both ends. He's a high-quality performer.
That free throw good from Barton.
Yeah, I've got mad respect for the way Barton carries himself. I mean, he's a terrific teammate. He does everything he can to impact winning.
The Lakers making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. Jokic has checked in for Denver. Caruso, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Caruso. Millsap with the steal. Murray finds Harris, and the shot goes down. Harris has got his first bucket in this one.
You know, an area worthy of further development for Murray is keeping his teammates involved.
Green with the ball. Now guarded by Murray. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Mark the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
And the Nuggets are a very strong rebounding team.
Yeah, you know, not just on defense, but on offense as well. First in the league in second chance points. Have a lot of players that are active on the offensive glass.
LeBron's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And so he makes both from the line.
And one thing you can say about Green, I don't know of too many players who are as dependent on their three-point shot as he is. He needs that shot to be falling for him to make an impact.
Jokic passes to Barton. Now here is Harris, guarded by Green. No good with the triple.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
LeBron against Barton. Poke loose. Jokic with the steal. Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. Basket good.
And the strength of Murray, finishing the shot off easily, even with the harm.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Good Murray. And with Murray, Greg, you forget how young he is. He entered the NBA right out of his freshman year at Kentucky.
I mean, Murray was taken 7th in his draft and has kind of flown under the radar from that class. But the more you watch him, the more you feel like you're seeing a star in the making.
The Lakers have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. The tall buildings of downtown Boston lighting up the nighttime sky. Good Friday night to you, sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. GA, it's all yours.
Well, last season, the Celtics tried to balance minutes between a talented core of younger players along with their trio of superstar veterans. With the departure of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, now youth must be served. The question is, how far can that carry them?
And I feel, David, they're still in great position. I know you do, too. Thanks for that report. Let's now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months, the scope of that for Butler.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, they've got Robinson. Jimmy Butler is out there with Jones. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Nunn in at the point guard position. And for Boston, Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Hayward at small forward with Tatum at the 4. And it's Tice in at the center position. And tonight might be a low-scoring affair, Chris. Talk about what makes these teams we're going to see here so great defensively.
Well, one thing is length. When you have length, you have guys that can switch any position. And when you're able to switch, it makes it easier because in a pick and roll, if you have to get through one slight second of being late, oh, you're going to lose your man. But when you switch, your other defender is already in front of the man. And so I think it's the length, switching, and also that help side defense, that shot blocking coming from the weak side.
That effort, though, is always there in all those different scenarios, isn't it?
Oh, you're right. Length means nothing without effort. And you got to have heart to play deep.
Here's Nunn. Pass to Robinson. From 12 feet out. Here's Adebayo. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
0 for 3. Not the start they're looking for.
Walker's shot is off. The Heat have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. To the paint, Butler. No good on that one. And the Celtics going the other way now.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
Wow, he's just incredible at understanding the game. Hayward is so good at making the defense pay for leaving guys open.
Here's Nunn, guarded by Walker. Nunn passes to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
I mean, an obsessive personality type Jimmy Butler. Back at Marquette, he'd stop a fast break drill when he caught a pass with one hand instead of 2 and say, do it over. That perfectionism still drives him today.
And Jimmy Butler, a creature of habit, isn't he, Chris?
Oh, yeah, Kevin. He eats the same meals for breakfast and lunch. He watches the same movies over and over, the same thing every day. It's brought him to this point, right? So why stop now?
A little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Hayward against Butler. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
There's been a lot of evolution to Hayward's game, during his career. I'm not sure too many people saw him becoming the terrific player he is today.
First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Hayward.
And some teams have fancy dinners, guest speakers, and field trips. The Celtics culture is more straightforward. It's all about the work.
He's perfect from the line this time. And that work ethic, the core of the Celtics' values, are written on a big placard on their locker room wall.
Yeah, it emphasizes unselfishness, execution, toughness, and hustle. Those are the values of their team.
Now here's Butler. Boy, he just disappeared against Charlotte. They really needed him. Clock at 4. Stolen by Walker. And here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. Here's Brown. Brown jams it in.
You know what, Kevin? You can't teach that. Brown just showing off his incredible dunking ability.
Robinson passes to Nunn. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. 6 to shoot. Hayward against Butler. Hayward with some nice D.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Heat making a switch here. Olynyk's checked in. Now, here's Tice. Olynyk is covering. Offensive rebound. Some solid defense from Butler.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Nunn. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Charlotte. Robinson finds Butler. Shot clock at 6. Here's Nunn. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Brown against Robinson, and finished off by Brown.
You gotta love how Brown finishes strong, driving fast and hard to the cup for the rim-rocking Jazam.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Nunn. And Tatum pulls it down. For Boston, they come into this one following a loss to the Bucks in Milwaukee. Snatched up. The Heat trail by 5. Here's Butler. Rebound Boston. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks. And Tatum the bucket on the assist by Hayward.
Refusing to let the defender alter his shot. Tatum's focus and drive, it's what helps him finish hard shots.
Here's Nunn. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And Butler gets it to go.
And Butler feasts from this area. The defense has to do a better job in how they scheme him.
And Walker kicks to Hayward. There's the pass to Tice. On the wing, Brown. The jump hook in deep. Tatum drops it in.
And you think about the potential of Tatum. I mean, once he has strength, particularly in the lower half, he's going to be a load inside.
Here's Nunn. It's rebounded by Tice.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him into tough shots.
Here's Hayward, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Olynyk. Chris, you look at the grind of a regular season. Adam Silver seems open to fewer games or even fewer minutes per game. What do you think of that?
This is one that I'm not with, Kevin. You know, in my day, you had guys play 82 games. And let's go back to the days of Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain. They were playing in shoes that basically were socks, and they didn't have tape, and they didn't have all the things that we're privy to in the medical industry. So I think we should keep it at 82 games and minutes the same, because it keeps a full context of sports where you can talk about Harden versus or Westbrook versus a Big O. It keeps the argument in the same place. I think fewer games, fewer minutes starts to change the dynamics and the expectations of what players can do. I don't mind changing it, adding tournaments, letting guys get more rest, but I think the number of games and the minutes of the game has to stay 48 minutes, has to stay 82 games in my opinion.
Very interesting. Walker's shot is off.
Got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
Here's Butler. Hayward grabs the board.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way. Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
And it's the Heat with the ball after the basket by Boston. Here's Butler. Over Hayward. And Butler gets it to go. Butler's got 5 now.
And I'm not really sure that's the time for the fadeaway, but he sure can make it count.
Here's Walker. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
The Heat trail by 11. Here's Nunn. Butler dishes to Robinson. Pass to Nunn. Shoots over Walker. And Tatum pulls it down. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
Here's Walker. And it's Miami with the rebound.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
And Jones slams it in.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Now here's Brown. 6 points for him. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Here is Robinson. 23 points for him the last game against Charlotte.
And don't leave out his rebounder, Kev. I mean, he had a big impact in that game with all his effort on the glass.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Here's Butler. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
And you can't be too aggressive with Butler. That's just a recipe for failure.
And one of the hardest working players you'll find, Jimmy Butler. At the same time, you know what, Chris? He's not afraid to challenge his teammates.
Yeah, within his team, he's a culture setter, Kevin. I mean, I think he's learning that balance of being vocal, but also knowing just how far he can push his teammates.
Oh, good on that one.
Now, look, we all know Butler wants to win. He knows he's in the prime years of his career, and he's hungry for titles.
Marcus Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And the second free throw, good. And along with the association, we've seen the growth of the G League, the WNBA, the 2K League. Chris, which of those have you followed the most?
Well, first let me say I should have been drafted by the 2K League because I'm really nice. Matter of fact, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I will beat you in the game, and I'm talking on right now. But secondly,
I know you will.
I love the WNBA, from Lisa Leslie to Cheryl Swoops to my girl Candace Parker. Are you kidding me? The skill set of these ladies, oh, they have game. And I can't say I follow one the most because even the G League and their all-star game I follow. Right now it's a great time for hoops, and all three of these leagues I'm in on.
Here's Walker after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Walker with it. Robinson picks him up. Here's Brown. The shot, no good. And it's Miami the other way.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners.
Is giving up size on the inside.
The Lakers. Here's Craig. And Plumlee kicks to Craig. just 4 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Nuggets. On Friday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the San Antonio Spurs. Then on Sunday, they'll face off against Anthony Davis and the Los Angeles Lakers.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
Pass to Porter. And the layup's good off the glass.
But when Porter is attacking, the defense is in trouble. Have to respect his ability to put it on the floor.
Rondo kicks to Caldwell Pope. Pass to Caruso. Outside Rondo. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. From 12 feet out. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got his 4th rebound in this one. And Porter, here we go. Makes it off the glass. Porter's got 6.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very